Alright folks, welcome back. On today's episode, Will It naneinf, we're playing on the Ghost deck, asking the question, can you get naneinf with Familiar? And by can you, I mean can we, together. Familiar, that's the spectral card that adds 3 random face cards to your hand. By now you've probably seen Cryptid being used to copy kings, being able to copy specific kings, steel kings, red seal kings, adding more cards to your hand so you can score more points with the Baron and the Mime. Because Familiar adds random cards to your hand, only some of them will be kings, but all of them will be enhanced, so some of them will randomly be steel cards as well. To put things in perspective, how many Cryptids it takes to score naneinf depends on what jokers you have. So assuming you have, let's say, perfect jokers on the Plasma deck, it's about 20 Cryptids. On the Ghost deck or any other deck, it takes twice as much, twice as many cards held in hand, twice as many Cryptids to get you there. Maybe closer to 45-50 Cryptids on the Ghost deck. With Familiar, I haven't done the math exactly, but I would assume it's at least 4 or 5 times as many. So we're aiming for something like 200 copies of Familiar. At the end of the day, we're just going to try our best to get as many copies as we can and see where we end up. Another thing to keep in mind when you are playing on the Plasma deck allows you to score more points, which on one hand does mean it requires fewer Cryptids to get the naneinf, but it also means you can survive longer, and if you survive longer, you have more rounds to make more copies of Cryptid using the legendary Perkeo. But it can be a little bit annoying to find the spectral cards in the first place when you're playing on the Plasma deck. One advantage of playing on the Ghost deck, the spectral cards just show up in the shop. So maybe we can find Familiar earlier, and then if we find it earlier, we can make more copies overall, even though it requires more copies for us to go off. Or at least that's the idea. Alright, today we're going to be using the Brainstorm mod. One way you can tell we're using the Brainstorm mod, I'm saying that we're going to be using the Brainstorm mod. What does the Brainstorm mod do? When we restart the game, it will search for a random seed that fits very narrow search criteria. Specifically, we're looking for the Mega Arcana pack. Mega Arcana pack gives us a soul, and that soul, instead of giving us a random legendary, is going to give us Perkeo specifically. When I push the hotkey, this is what it looks like. So you can see the boss keeps changing, the big blind skip tag keeps changing, but the first skip tag is always that Mega Arcana pack. We don't know what the seed is, we don't know what the future is, but we do know at least this is guaranteed to give us a soul, and the soul is guaranteed to give us Perkeo. And if I push the hotkey, I could do another one again, get another Arcana pack, get another soul. If you didn't already know, the Brainstorm mod was created specifically for me over a year ago, specifically to set up these types of runs. Any kind of interesting run where you might want to be using Perkeo to do something. Later on, we added additional functionality to search for vouchers so that you could set up the observatory, do the observatory Perkeo combination. But that's all the Brainstorm mod does. So if you're looking for some other specific jokers, just normie jokers like Vampire or Midas Mask or Blueprint or Brainstorm or Baron or Mime, you have to search for it manually. What do I mean by manually? So if I open the Mega Arcana pack, one thing I like to do is, okay, I have Perkeo plus Hermit. So I start with not just Perkeo, but also start with money. Or even better than Hermit would be, maybe you start with, Temperance? Temperance gives you money. In this case, it would give us 11 bucks. We can start with Temperance, we can get interest from the next round. You could start with a Priestess, and then Priestess gives you planet cards. Perkeo can start copying those, and then you just play the first round and go to the first shop, and if the first shop doesn't have what you're looking for, you just start over, you just do another one. And so that's what I've done. Using the Brainstorm mod, spamming a bunch of different random seeds that have Perkeo. Here's one that I found which was kind of interesting. So the start is the same. We do the first round, skip tag, charm tag gives us the Perkeo. Because we're playing on the Ghost deck, we can use the Hex to get a Polychrome Perkeo. And then when we have the Polychrome Perkeo, we take Temperance. And Temperance gives us money equal to the sell value. So Temperance from the first Arcana pack, that's 12 bucks. Plus interest in the next round, we're up to 26 in the first shop for the big blind. And we got a blue joker right away. Now you might be thinking, well, okay, this Brainstorm mod, that seems like cheating. To which I would say, I agree. But also, why does it matter? Like, who are we competing against? If it was a competition, if you gave the same start to different people would achieve different levels of success. Also, if I don't use the brainstorm mod, people just assume that I use the brainstorm mod anyway. Alright, so this is where we're starting. We've got Perkeo, take the blue joker, that's fine. There is an Arcana pack here. Maybe what we could do is we can open the Arcana pack. Hermit would give us 20 bucks, a Fool would give us another Temperance. The Arcana pack could have a Temperance. It's a jumbo pack. We could also get Emperor, so I think I'm going to open the Arcana pack first. Temperance gives me 12 bucks. Not as good as a Hermit, but I will take it. Okay, I'm definitely going to take Blueprint. Maybe we get the discount here and then take the Blueprint. Okay. I could, with Perkeo, I could try to reroll for some kind of consumable. If we get either a tarot card or a planet card or even just a spectral card, we can start making copies right away. And then that'll refund us for the reroll. I think it's worth 5 bucks to try. We get Devil and Deja Vu. Do we want the Buffoon pack also? If I have Devil plus Deja Vu, that gives me money. Alright, let's go next. Alright, 1 copy of each. This boss, admittedly, a little bit stinky. Okay, so what are we trying to do here? Maybe we can dig for diamonds. I can play these diamonds. Alright, if I play these diamonds, this doesn't win. Yeah, maybe if I use the red seal on the king, then it'll give me extra chips. Maybe that gets us closer to winning. I don't think it actually wins, but maybe it gets us closer. I think let's do this. Let's go king here, devil, red seal. I think this king also I want to do gold with a red seal. I guess I could hold on to these for Perkeo to copy, but I'm just going to use them now because we can, in the next shop, pick up some other different consumable. I think I am going to play this king for the extra chips, the extra 10 chips. And then if the other king gets discarded, that's probably fine. Bummer. Close to a one-shot there. Now maybe if I want, I can go dig for hearts. There we go. Well, alright, we didn't get the money, but we do have some gold kings for later. We could pick up a photograph here. We could... Probably the correct thing to do is just save our money. We could open an Arcana pack. Arcana pack has a chance of giving us money or could be death. Let's try... In the next round, 800 points, we are probably fine not taking the photograph here. Let's go Arcana. Alright, we didn't get money. We could use the star to make more diamonds, could use the chariot to make steel cards. I guess maybe I want to make more diamonds. I can turn all of these hearts into diamonds. The advantage of having the diamonds is my king is already diamonds. Let's do that. I do want overstock. Maybe I should have taken overstock first. No, we open the Arcana pack in case it gives us Hermit. Well, kind of missed there, I guess. Do I want this photograph? Do I want this Buffoon pack? Or we just save? We just go next. No, let's just go next. Maybe I should have re-rolled for, again, some kind of consumable for Perkeo to copy. That's what we should have done. Let's go ahead and play the diamonds here. Okay, I got rid of my hearts. So maybe we don't go for the hearts. We could go for clubs. I almost have a straight. What do I need? I need a 10 or a 5. I could do that. Or keep going for the flush. Let's go straight. One more time looking for that straight. I have 3 7s. I'm willing to play 3 7s. And I can play a queen high straight. From here, a pair would also win. If we had a pair. That's it. And if we lose, of course, we can always just restart. Alright, we have another photograph. We have another Arcana pack looking for a Hermit. No Hermit, but I get the Sun. Probably I don't want the wheel. I don't want Blueprint to have an addition in case we get an Ectoplasm. Maybe I can use Empress on the diamonds. Maybe I take Greedy Joker here. Maybe I take the photograph. How about Greedy Joker? And take Overstock. Gives us something for Perkeo to copy. We can copy Justice. Could take Smiley Face instead of Greedy Joker. Let's just stick with that. Go next. So here I could make the glass cards. I actually think it's more important for us to get the money and get the interest. Alright, we should be fine with just a flush. Diamonds. Maybe I'm supposed to dig for the gold cards, but I just want to get out of here. Okay. Okay, we get a free reroll. There's an Arcana pack. We go Arcana first in case there's a Hermit. No Hermit, but a Fool. We could do the Hungman on the 4 and the 3. Could go Judgment, could go Priestess. I'm gonna hang him. Take the free reroll. We get Familiar. We get Aura. So Aura I probably don't care about, but Familiar, that's the one. Alright, go next. Do I need the boots? Do I need the Celestial pack? Nope, just go next. Alright. Do I want to use Familiar, or do we just want to sell it? Probably the thing I want to do is just sell it. So let's do that. Alright, once again, missing on the gold cards. But more than enough points here. Okay. Alright, we got Incantation. I did the right one, right? Incantation, that's number cards. Familiar, that's face cards. Okay. We get a free reroll here if we want. Take a Bean. Bean, usually I like. We go Bean and then Arcana. Okay. Hermit. Still no Hermit. We could hang him. 3 and 2, we can hang him again. Okay. Extra hand size we can come back for later. Let's go next. Okay. Here I want to get my gold cards. That's it. 1, 2, 3. I don't need all of these diamonds. There we go. I want to use the molt cards, I guess. Alright, now we got it. Like I said before, we need like 200 familiars, so we've got a long way to go. Mail-in rebate is usually the kind of thing that we want, especially you can copy with a blueprint. Boss says decrease level of hand. Let's... I think for right now, we still need Greedy Joker. So let's do this. Let's go Arcana first, because we have the extra hand size. Fool for a Hungman, or I can use death. I think I just want to hang him. Okay, we could go Mega Arcana. I think I keep the bean. I think I get rid of the free reroll, take the rebate instead. Okay. Standard pack has garbage. All right, let's keep the bean. Go next. We get an extra hung man. That's unfortunate, but it's not the worst thing in the world. All right, rebate on 9s. Okay, so I think at this point, aces, we can hang them. And 5 and 4, we can hang them. Okay. Rebate on 9. And keep the diamonds. Sorry, copy the rebate. Okay, I could go rebate on another 9. I want to save my discards for potentially 2 more 9s. And I also want to dig for my gold cards. Alright, so why don't we play the 2 pair. Why don't we play 3 6s and then dig for the 9 still? 1 9 is worth $10, right? So I can discard the 9, I could discard the 8. Alright, now we're good. So this, I copy Greedy Joker. Okay. Alright, give me a brainstorm, or, you know, whatever. Sigil here, we got Celestial Pack. The last card I used was the Hung Man, so I'm not going to open the Celestial Pack yet. I think maybe Sigil we don't want. Do we want the extra discard instead of the bean? Probably bean is fine for now. Go one more. I want to reroll for tarot cards first before we open the Arcana pack. So go one more. Sigil again. Bummer. Do I want Mystic Summit instead of Greedy Joker? Is that going to be easier for us to set up? Probably. Probably we should do that. Okay. To-do list here, full house. We could go one more. Alright, we get a Fool for a Hung Man. There's a Photograph. Photograph is better with Greedy Joker. Oh well. Could go Mercury here. Could take a Mars card. I think Mars is a good long-term plan. I probably don't take the Photograph. Probably go one more. Could take a Stuntman. Do we want a Stuntman? I don't know. Maybe Stuntman plus Mystic Summit. That makes it pretty easier for us to score. Let's do that. Let's go Arcana first because we have the hand size bonus. I can use Death to copy the King. So now if I am going to take the Stuntman, I don't care as much about, let's say, diamonds. So maybe 3s we can hang them. Okay, I can use the King to delete a 6. Okay. Take the Stuntman and we go next. Okay. So if we go 250 with 15, probably we score a decent number of points, right? So let's start. If I play the straight plus the Stuntman without the Mystic Summit, that's gonna be like 1,000 points. Start there. Okay. I could play a high card here. I want to save my discards for 7s. Let's try high card. We can go 2 pair without winning. Okay, now we just discard, looking for 7s. There's a pair of 7s. Okay, now we've got Mystic Summit, we've got Blueprint. It doesn't matter, we just play high card. A little bit unfortunate we get the 7s a little bit too late. But there you go, high card. Yeah, another disadvantage of playing on the Ghost deck compared to the Plasma deck. Plasma deck, because it's easier to score points. On the Plasma deck, you just need Blueprint plus Stuntman, but since we're playing on the Ghost deck, we need Mystic Summit and Stuntman, taking up 2 Joker slots. Extra hand size helps. Hermit helps. 2 Arcana packs. We could take a blue Joker instead of a Stuntman. That way we don't have to deal with the minus hand size. We could skip for a voucher. Maybe I'm not going to skip for a voucher. Blue Joker instead of Stuntman. Nah. There's a Showman. Could take a Showman. Do we need the Stuntman? How many kings do I have? I got 5 kings. With just the Mystic Summit, we should be able to play like 2 flushes, maybe. 2 flushes worth a couple thousand points each. Could take a Showman here. Showman instead of Stuntman. There's a Hung Man. Could take a Michelle here instead of Mystic Summit. Okay. Do I want Uranus? Maybe. Maybe that's like an early game thing that we can do. Could take Deja Vu. Okay, Showman means I could take a Hermit here. I could take Strength. I could put a red seal on a queen. I could save the red seal. Red seal queen here is fine. I could go ace and 2. We can hang them. Do I want strength or do I want hermit? Probably just hermit. Arcana, look for more tarot cards. There's another bean. Maybe Smiley Face is stronger / safer than Michelle. Take a Jupiter card. I know we got rid of some diamonds, but we could still do flushes. I don't want, if I get a Fool, I don't want to copy a Jupiter card. I want to copy the Hermit that we just used. So let's go one more. Get Deja Vu again. Alright. So here we can use Jupiter, and we can also use Deja Vu maybe on a Jack. Alright, do you take 20 bucks, or do we hang him, or do we use death to copy the king? Is copying the king worth 20 bucks? Long term, it's probably worth it. But not as worth it as removing cards from the deck. Let's just hang them. Alright, I don't want to spend $11 on a reroll, so let's just get percolating here. And go next. Rebate on kings. So if I play the full house here, I don't think this is 5,000 points. You son of a biscuit. And then she left me. Okay, well, I mean, we could take Zany Joker. Maybe. Could take a standard pack. Could take a holographic queen. I like the idea of a holographic queen. Holographic queen, in theory, allows us to score without jokers. And then we have more joker slots for maybe an extra blueprint, maybe a brainstorm. Here we could take a Mars card. Okay. Plutonium, could take a business card. I think I need Zany Joker for the molt. Could take an aura. I think I'm okay taking an aura here. I can use aura on my red seals. Alright, rebate on 5s. So now if I play the 3/8s, now the 3/8 doesn't win, I can use the aura on the queen. Get a foil. Okay, so 9s and 8s doesn't win this time. Okay. I can play 3 jacks, which also doesn't win. It's less than the full house that we just did. Okay. I can play high card king. Maybe a pair of 2s as a throwaway hand. And then now let's discard. All right, so rebate on 5s, and we just dig for our queens. Okay, we have not very many cards in our deck, so probably we can, if we can guarantee our draws every round, then we can always win with the foil and the holographic. We might not need any jokers anymore after this. Boss says play 5 cards. Okay. Nice. Okay, death is probably okay. Standard pack, could take a Polychrome 6. Polychrome 6 I don't need to take because we are playing on the ghost deck. We could just use aura to get Polychrome if we want. Every aura has a 1 in 6 chance of getting Polychrome. I think that's going to be way easier than trying to strength a 6 into a face card. We can try a buffoon pack. Could take a drunkard for an extra discard. Interessante. I'm okay with the hung man. Could take a smiley face here instead of zany joker. Could take parking. Could take another drunkard. Drunkard gives us access to more money potentially off the rebate. I think with 39 cards in the deck we don't need to do that. Could take the Chad here. The Chad is probably better points than the Zany Joker and can also re-trigger lucky cards in the future. Don't need duo. Could take another blue Joker. That also gives us extra chips. Let's go next. Alright, so we got an extra hung man. We can go psychic, rebate on 6s. So 7 and 5 I hang those, 8s I hang those. I can win with my queens. I can use death to copy the gold kings, or I can use death to copy my scoring queens. I think I'm going to use death to copy my kings. Here I think we throw away 1 queen, and then we got plenty more queens in the deck. Let's play the 2 pair. Alright. Rebate on 6s. Rebate on this 6. If I don't have a 6, I can play 4 as a throwaway. I can discard this 6. I can... No more 6s in the deck. I can use death on a 4 or a 7. So here I want to use death on the king. Let's make a king of diamonds. And then play the 4 of a kind. Foil plus holographic. That didn't do as much as I wanted it to, so I guess I could play this 4 of a kind, which costs us a bunch of money. I could play 3 of a kind. I could play a full house. That's a flush house. If I play a full house plus the polychrome, how much do we need? We need like slightly more than 300 here. So this works, I guess. Tip it. Alright, a little bit unfortunate. We did get the rebate money. We did get the gold cards. Now rebate on 9s. Okay. As long as I get another Mars card, then we're fine for the next round. I could take Hone. Before we go Spectral Pack, we can re-roll. Swashbuckler is pretty good here. Maybe I don't need the Showman, or maybe I hold on to the Showman trying to get another blueprint. Here, take another Mars card. Seltzer, nope. Hex, we can't. Mars, okay. Now that I got level 5, 4 of a kind, now I'm less worried about it. Could take a star, could take another mail-in rebate. What does star do? Star, I can try to set up a flush 5, maybe. $10, we can go one more before opening the Spectral Pack. What's in here? There's a familiar. Maybe it's worth it to do familiar. Maybe we have a small enough deck we could go familiar. Also, since we have the extra discard. Maybe I just use the star. Star is not something that I want Perkeo to copy, so I think I'm going to use the star. I think I'm going to use the priestess. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to use plutonium. Start leveling up my high card for the Baron. Do we take a familiar here for random phase cards? Try to get an enhanced queen. I think we don't need to do that. Let's just go next. Alright. Copy the rebate for my 9s. Rebate on 9. Alright. What else? I can rebate this 9. I can throw away 1 queen knowing that I have 2 more queens in the deck. I can play high card, saving a discard. I have all of my queens. I have 2 9s in the deck. I have a winning hand, so it's only 3 cards at a time, which is not great, but could be worse, I guess. 6 cards in the deck. 1 in 3 chance we draw the 9. Approximately 1 in 3. Alright, here you go, 4 of a kind. Alright, so that 4 of a kind is 14,000. Next round we're going to need more than that. Okay. There's a death card, that helps. There's a purple queen, we should definitely take purple. Probably what you do is you use death to copy either the holographic queen or the foil queen. Probably the foil queen. Take the death card. Celestial Pack we can reroll first. Could take a Cryptid. Yes. Maybe if I don't have any jokers, leveling up 2 pair doesn't matter. Maybe I need the Chad. I don't think I need the Chad. Earth cards. These are not helpful. Oh, I should have taken... I keep forgetting I needed to take plutonium. Let's go one more. We can keep re-rolling here. No familiar. Do I want another red seal? Do I want a strength card? Strength, I can turn my queens into kings, is pretty powerful. Turning my queens into kings makes it easier for me to get my winning hand instead of a death card. I can... yeah. We can get a strength card in the future. So how am I going to use my death here? I'm going to use death to copy a queen. If I'm going to copy a queen, I might as well copy a king. So maybe instead of death here, we use strength. Okay, go next. Okay, so we got a bunch of familiars. We can copy the rebate. Rebate on 10s. Let's play 3 of a kind 7s first. I don't have to score all of the points with the 4 of a kind. I could score some points with some other hands. My 4 of a kind now is going to be kings. Okay, so I can use, let's say I use strength on this queen and this queen. Go strength. Or do I want to save it for the holographic queen? So maybe we can do this. Maybe we can play the 4 of a kind, which we know doesn't win. Okay. I can play 2 pair, which we also know doesn't win. Okay, I can discard the 10s and the jack. Get the rebate money. Okay, so I'd like to go strength here. And probably the correct thing to do is use Cryptid on purple rather than the foil. Let's do that. I can discard 2 purples. Basically just keeping everything in hand. Alright, temperance gives me 21. I have a world. I think I'm not going to do spades. I can use temperance. I can discard purple. Get a chariot. So making a red steel king might be useful. Making a steel jack might also be useful. Let's make the steel king. Let's play this 4 of a kind, which doesn't have the holographic card, but it does have the foil card. I don't need 10,000 points. I just need 6,000 points. Let's go ahead and ship it. I guess if I wanted to, I could also just play the 4 of a kind with the gold cards, but it would cost me a little bit of money. Now we got rebate on kings. Okay. We can go Celestial Pack. We go Spectral Pack. Could reroll first. Jupiter, Earth. No, we're basically just all in on 4 of a kind. Let's go ahead. Celestial Pack. 3 Mercury cards. Polychrome Drunkard. Seeing a lot of drunkards this run. Could take a Midas Mask. We already have a lot of gold cards. Maybe I don't need to do Midas Mask. I'll stick with the mail-in rebate. Maybe I'm holding on to this Showman for too long. Hierophant could be useful. Could take another Cryptid. Cryptid to make some more purple seals. I could go Justice. You know, we could. Let's see here. I could go Justice on the purple seals and then copy it with Cryptid. Maybe instead of the Hierophant. There's another red seal. So I could also make the red steel king into a red glass king and then make a bunch of those as something that helps me score points, though probably just using Deja vu here on the queen makes sense. So let's go red seal queen. And go next. Alright, if we want, we can use this feature, the Saturn mod allows us to stack up the familiars. Now we have 22 out of, I said I'm trying to get to 200 or something like that. Let's go wheel, rebate on kings. So I can go glass king, I can go copy it with cryptid. If I sort by suit, this is diamonds. And if it's diamonds, then this has to be a king of diamonds. Okay. So I want to maybe try to play 4 of a kind twice, or maybe I can play 4 of a kind with 1 glass and 1 keep the steel card in hand. That probably works. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the cryptid now. And discard. I have a star. I could do the flush 5 instead of the 4 of a kind. Get the flush 5 online. I have a bunch of kings of hearts. I think I do use the star. So we already know that this is a king of diamonds. I can use the star here on the kings. Emperor gives me sun and world. I think I'm gonna hold on to 1 king. I want to discard kings for the rebate money, but also I want to keep kings for gold cards. I guess discarding's better. So we just want to keep the minimum amount of kings. Okay, 7 and 5, we can hang them. Now I've got, this is a queen. What is this? Okay. So these are queens. Queens I can play as a pair. I have, in theory, 4 more kings in the deck. This is 1, and then there's 4 more. I could discard this king. I should play a few cards. Let's play this hand. 2 pair as garbage. Okay, all of these face down. I want to discard purple, I want to discard king, I can discard face down. I get a strength card I can use on my holographic queen, that's great. That's it, that's the last queen I want to do. Okay. So with holographic plus the retriggering steel card, maybe I don't need glass. How do we want to play it? I have 2 kings in deck. I have 1 king in hand. So I want my hand to be something like I play these. Let's just discard. Alright, and then these don't matter. I guess we can play them. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's more than enough points. Okay. And then let's just do that. Let's just do 1 glass, 1 steel. That wins. Okay, take seed money. Could go Celestial Pack. What was the last card we used? Last card we used was Strength. I probably don't need Strength anymore. Probably now I just want the Hung Man. I've got rebate on kings. I've got 14 kings. I guess we can open Celestial Pack. We should check the boss. Boss here says play only 1 hand. That's probably fine. Keep taking Mars cards. We can check a Buffoon Pack. Okay. Could take another blue Joker. Okay. Okay. What am I re-rolling for? I'm re-rolling for tarot cards. I could take the golden ticket since I have all of these gold kings. Or is mail and rebate better? I think I will do... Golden ticket makes sense because I have to play the kings anyway. I have to play the 4 of a kind. I'm going to stick with mail and rebate for now because it's easier for me. I probably don't use magician to make lucky cards. Probably we just want them to be gold because of the golden ticket. Maybe a blue seal makes sense. Blue seal for the 4 of a kind, and then that makes it easier for us to win. Okay. Easier for us to do this jokerless strategy. We take plutonium. Okay. There's an idol. We'll be doing that later, probably. We'll take a chariot here. There's another showman. I think we just go next. If we get 2 blue seals there, it's actually fine. Alright, so with my rebate money, play a pair first. Rebate on kings. Let's throw away all the riffraff first. Okay. I probably turn... I've got all these red gold cards. Probably I turn a red gold card into a blue seal. Or maybe what I could do... A king that's doesn't already have a sticker on it. Maybe that's what I use the blue seal on. Alright, I have 2 more glass cards, so I'm going to discard these glass cards. Or sorry, 1 more glass card. Blue, I guess I can make into a Zoolander. I can discard... If I discard these kings, I still have more. Okay. Lovers we don't need. I can play high card. So my finisher hand is going to be holographic foil. It's going to be... I want to discard the 3 kings that are in my deck. So this is going to be my finisher hand. I'm going to play these exact 4 cards. I can discard here first. Okay. I can play high card. I can play high card 1 more time. I said I want to discard 1, 2... That's it. Temperance gives me 22. Okay, so I could play 1, 2, 3, 4 of a kind here. I don't want to break the glass card because it's purple, so I guess I will do it this way. Or do I need to play the glass because I need the steel? Maybe I play the gold and then keep the steel. Maybe we have enough money. Let's run it like this. Alright, we get the 1 Mars card. Okay, so without the red steel, without the ×2, we still get 40,000 points there. Good to know. Alright, star we don't super care about. Alright, I don't need to take random foils. I've got rebate on 6s. Could take a gold seal queen, turn it into a gold seal king for money. I think I'm gonna skip. I think just purple seals will be fine. Could take a death card. That's okay. Could take a cola here instead of the rebate. Rebate on 6s. We can swap in a cola. Could take a mime. Gives us potentially more money from the gold cards. Okay. Could take a tower, and then that sets up mail and rebate better for the future. I'm not super worried about that. Instead of mime, I would prefer a gift card if we could get it, or actually trading card is great. Let's go trading card. Vagabond, nope. Even though Vagabond, you could generate more tarot cards with the blueprints. Maybe no Vagabond. Could take a hung man here. All right, I have 2 tarot cards that I'm happy with, so let's go next. Okay, do I want to take a voucher? I get 2 vouchers here. I'm not ready for that yet. 5 and 2, we can hang them. We can snap off a 6 with the trading card. Alright, let's put the trading card with the blueprint so people can see it's incompatible. Alright, I want to probably make more purples. So 6 I can turn into purple. Then discard the purples. Alright. Judgment, Hierophant, I don't need. Hierophant I could use on some kings, I guess. Maybe I don't do that because we did just use a death card, which I want to be able to copy. I can discard these 2 purples. There's an Emperor. So my generic kings I can turn into glass. I could turn my red seal into glass. I can play 2 pair as a throwaway hand. Okay, maybe this king I turn into glass as a throwaway king. Use a hermit. And priestess I'm not super concerned about. So maybe we can if you want. Maybe we take the plutonium, maybe we sell Jupiter. Okay, 10 cards left in the deck. I could try to dig for more kings. We got a pretty good setup here. So, yeah, let's just play 3 at a time. High card. I probably keep this king because it gives me money. By playing this king, I get to hold the gold kings. I can discard the 10. Okay, so here's the setup. We play these kings with the 1 glass card. This easily wins. That's it. Losing the glass card there is fine because it means we can get our purple seals more easily. Boss says play only 1 hand. Okay. I could get priestess. Okay, plutonium and Mars. These are both desirable. Take a standard pack. Alright, not interested in those red seals. We go buffoon pack. This is another thing about playing on the ghost deck. Red seals, purple seals, blue seals, way easier to get. And because you can get the spectral cards, you can apply them to the correct card that you want to apply them to. Buffoon pack, we don't need a business card. Could take an aura. I already have holographic, I already have foil. Aura probably doesn't matter. But we could take it for fun if you want. Try to get that polychrome. Not that we need it, just for fun. Definitely don't need a chariot. Don't need Venus. Maybe I'm supposed to take the golden ticket instead of the trading card. Maybe because I have the purple seals, I don't need the trading card anymore. Take a Mars card. Stuntman, nope. Bull, nope. Let's get percolating. Alright. I can snap off a 2. I can discard. Probably we don't want to discard too many kings because we want to have enough kings in order to win. I can use aura on the red seal. Get another stinky holographic. I have 9 kings in the deck. Probably what we do is we discard 2 purples. We have 1 more discard. Lovers, no. Judgment, no. I probably can get away with discarding these 2 purples. I can make another steel card. Use the Emperor. Tower on a 10 seems fine. Hearts, that's not what I want to do. So I can play these kings. And then keep the steel card in hand. I can probably play the steel card. I think we have high enough level here. Holographic plus foil plus stone card. The one steel card should be enough. For sure. Alright. Alright. Discounted rerolls. Check the skip tags. I guess maybe I don't need to be checking the skip tags. Alright. Judgment I can hold on to. Not a whole lot I need reroll wise other than maybe ectoplasm. Looking for ectoplasm. Maybe brainstorm. World. Oh, we have seed money, by the way, so maybe I don't want to reroll down too much. I do get 23 bucks here from Temperance. In that case, I will reroll one more. We'll take another blue seal. Go one more. We get a hungman. So I guess I can go blue queen. I don't think I hold the blue seal. I don't want it to get copied with Perkeo if I can avoid it. Judgment we don't need. 7 and 6 we can hang them. And that's it. Go next. Alright, that takes us up to 38 familiars. Okay, I can discard 2 purples. That's it. Temperance gives me 23. I don't need the moon. I probably can discard the blue seal if I want. I probably don't need to keep it if I don't want to keep it. So I won't. Just discard. Alright, Justice. We can use Justice on... I don't know, we could use it on the Red Seal King. I could discard my last purple. I have more purple in the deck if I want to dig for high card first. I only have 10 cards in the deck, so we could play 3 at a time. Yeah, and then discard 2 purples. Get a Fool for Justice, or we can use a Devil to make a gold card. Make a red gold card. Actually, this holographic card, make it red gold instead of red glass. I like that idea. I don't think I use the Fool. I think there's maybe better things we could do with a Fool. So here I play these, and I don't need to play the glass. I can do something like this. Cool. Alright, use the Mars card. Go next. So, could spin the wheel, could go standard pack. Not really much I'm looking for, but maybe there's still potential for some interesting kings. I could spin the wheel here. I have enough blueprints. Maybe we land the blueprint on the trading card. Maybe we go buffoon pack first. Alright, that stuff doesn't matter. Unlucky. Alright. Hermit, I probably use the Fool for a Hermit. That's probably fine. I still want gift card. I still want ectoplasm. I don't need idol. I don't need sock and buskin. Right now I don't. Alright, tower. Nope. Not that it wouldn't be useful. It's just not maximally useful. We got a nice amount of money now, but I think we just stop. Once we have tarot cards, I think we stop re-rolling. Okay. So now 9 and 8, we can hang them. I can use death to make another purple. Purple glass. It's not diamonds, but I guess I don't super care. Oh, Maybe I should have done this first. Maybe snap off the jack first. Redraw first. 2 purples. We get another wheel. Maybe we don't use the wheel because of the fool for death. Discard these 2 purple. Now we get a star. Do we want to try to play the flush 5? Or do we just keep playing a 4 of a kind? Unlocking the flush 5 matters if that's what we want to do. Maybe idle instead of Baron. Or maybe we just find the Baron. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I don't care about the star. Maybe I just go here, star. I'll use the Hierophant, I guess. If I want to play the flush 5, we should keep the blue seal. We should play the glass card. Playing the flush 5 is 1 more card. It's that much harder than the 4 of a kind. Maybe 4 of a kind is still better. So that we get more money from the gold cards. In which case we discard the extra blue. I can stone the 8. I can spin the wheel now. Holographic blueprint is not the best. I have exactly 2 cards in the deck, so let's go ahead and draw those 2 cards. Alright. I can play the steel ones, I can play the holographic ones, I can keep the glass card from breaking. Let's go ahead and ship it. Choosing on purpose to play the 4 of a kind instead of the flush 5. If we do get an idol in the future, if we do play flush 5 in the future, we don't have to level it up for it to be worthwhile. Alright, I have a Hermit. I want to go Celestial Packs first. Here, Venus doesn't matter. Venus again doesn't matter. Take a Hermit. Remind ourselves that the boss doesn't matter. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 10 cards that are not kings out of 27. That sucks. Could take DNA. Could take mail-in rebate. Maybe DNA. Maybe DNA to copy the purples. Or are we good? I think we're good without DNA. I think I maybe have enough purple seals. We should switch to the mail-in rebate instead of the trading card. Maybe we don't need the trading card anymore. Even though trading card makes our mail-in rebate better. Maybe I don't take the mail-in rebate and I try to get the gift card still. Try to get the cola still. Let's take the money. Burglar, nope. Wraith, we would take and try to get a Brainstorm, could try to get a Baron. It would be annoying to make the Wraith work, but it wouldn't be impossible. Rebate on 9s. How many 9s do I have? I only have 3 9s. I'll think about it. We'll see. Do I want to spend $12 on a reroll? That's what the question is. Could go one more. Alright, that's as low as I'm gonna go. So the problem with Wraith is one way you can get your money back is you use the Wraith and then you use the rebate to get your money, except we don't have a Joker slot to do that anyway. I think I'm just not going to do the Wraith, actually. And knowing that I'm not going to do the Wraith, I shouldn't have re-rolled there. I mean, we're going to be fine, but shouldn't have re-rolled. Anyway, here I want to discard my purples. I would use the tower. Probably should use the tower. Okay. In that case, we can discard 1 purple, I guess. I use a tower on a 10. I can discard 2 purple. I could probably discard some kings and makes it easier for me to get to my 9s. Maybe I don't need the steel king. Fool gives me another tower. I will take a tower because it makes my mail-in rebate better. I will discard this purple. Okay. I have 1 more king in the deck, so let's find it. Let's dig for it. One more time. We get the queen, we got the kings. We can go play these and ship it. Okay. 2 blue seals. Nice. We get the blank. That's a start. Okay. Okay. There is a negative tag. We could skip for 2 negatives. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that, but we could. Standard pack, I could take more kings. Do I want to take a king of diamonds? Gives me more kings for the rebate. We do have an extra discard, and so maybe that's a reason you might want extra kings. Chariot we don't need. Photograph we don't need. There's another Mars card. Maybe Tower means more to me if I have the rebate now. I have 46 familiars, so the chance of Perkeo copying a tower is pretty low. So maybe I'm not concerned about that as much anymore. There we go. Violet Vessel is great. Okay, we can stone the 9. I want to discard 2 purples and some stones. I get the hung man. Okay. 9 and Jack, we can hang them. We could have spun the wheel, but since we use the hung man, now we don't spin the wheel. I can discard these 2 purples. Hierophant and Judgment are going to be a no. I can discard some kings for the rebate. I can probably discard all of these gold kings, and then I have enough kings left after that. Temperance gives me 24 bucks. Alright, so if I want to play high card, I can. Just to throw it away. Alright, so here's the deal. I can play these 4 kings and win. I can discard these kings for the money. I could discard the steel king and then we miss out on a Mars card, but we get 20 bucks. Am I willing to trade 20 bucks for a Mars card? Probably that sounds worth it. Yeah, do that. I guess I use Temperance first. World and Hierophant. Alright, those things I don't care about. Let's ship it. Okay. And then that wins the next round as well, unassisted, without any steel cards. Rebate on kings again. Alright, let's get percolating. Standard pack still probably interested in random kings. Maybe King of Diamonds is better. Okay. Cartomancer's okay. Do I want strength on 2 queens is worth 40 bucks, right? Don't need Cavendish. Don't need the golden ticket yet. I think rebate's still better. There's another showman. There's invisible joker. So I could use that to try to get another blueprint. Probably we actually just want Baron. So maybe I'm not going to do invisible joker. Okay. Could take a fool for a Mars card. I could use fool on strength. I could use fool for something else. Go next. Alright, I don't think I skipped for just 2 negatives. I have some kings I can discard. I think I play the 3 stones first. I have a 9. I think I discard these kings. No purples here, we just discard kings. Okay. I have a queen and a jack. So I think this is fine to use the fool here. Okay. I can play... I want to discard. I want to discard 2 purples. Probably these. And the 10. Get a temperance. Okay. I can use temperance even though it probably doesn't matter. I can use... Sorry, Hierophant doesn't matter. I can play the queen and the jack. I could play the stone card. Okay, so now I want to discard. What's my final hand gonna look like? I think my final hand looks like these kings plus that king. Or maybe something like this. I think this time I do keep the steel card. So let's go discard 2 purple, the wheel, and the hungman. So I could hang the stone card, or I can save it. I think I save it. I can discard these kings for the money. I can play the other kings. So no magician, play the 4 of a kind. Alright, and what we'll do for the boss is we just use more steel to beat the boss. Okay. Celestial pack for another Mars card. Looking for better tarot cards before you open the Arcana pack. Looking for a Fool, looking for a Death card. There's a Fool. Aura's kind of fun. Okay, Queen and Jack. I could hang them. Probably Strength is better. Use a Strength card here. Maybe... Well, if I hang them, I can use the Fool to copy Temperance. If I have 4 discards with the Drunkard, I want to have something like 30 kings in my deck. So maybe long term it's better to use the Strength here rather than hang them. I could see that. I could see an argument for that. I can also get Death in the future. Maybe Jack we hang him. Maybe queen we strength. Fool I can hold on to. Look for a death card. We do have very expensive rerolls, but we have quite a few rerolls. I could go strength plus fool. Basically, we just have the 10. The 10 is not going to become a king, so I think the strength is a waste of time. There's another invisible joker. I'll take an emperor here for a tower. I can use the tower on the 10. That's probably the end of the story. I could go ectoplasm here. Ectoplasm has a 1 in 3 chance of hitting the rebate. I don't have to use the ectoplasm right away. I could spin the wheel first. I think the optimal move is you hold the ectoplasm, we get the rebate money, and then we use the ectoplasm after the boss. Now we have an extra ectoplasm, negative ectoplasm. This one we can sell, actually. That's kind of sick. Alright. Stone the 10. That's it. Mail and rebate is locked in. Now we just have to turn everything into gold in case we get the golden ticket in the future. Purples we discard 2 at a time. Okay. Magician? Sure, why not? Make some lucky cards, not that it matters. I could discard 2 more purples. Empress no, world no. Alright. I can discard purple. I want to do all the steel cards. I can play all of these. How many kings do I have left? I have this one, this one, this one. Okay, so I can discard these 2 and the 1 purple and still have plenty of kings. I get another chariot if I need to make a steel king in an emergency. I could make a Zoolander. Sure. So discard like this. We get a strength card that we don't need. Alright, so strength is out. Make a Zoolander here. Okay. That should be enough steel cards. I probably don't need this one. Just ship it like that, 4 of a kind. Alright. Okay. So this is where we ended up. Another way you can tell when the brainstorm mod is used, you just go to the end. If it's a set seed, if you're doing a seeded run, the seed shows up every time you pause. The seed shows up in red. When you're on a set seed, if you use the brainstorm, it shows up in blue. So this is the seed that we ended up with. Unknown to me when I'm playing, but it is what we call a filtered seed. So using brainstorm to find a filtered seed, a random seed, but fitting very narrow criteria. Starting with Perkeo, and then after searching through a bunch of Perkeo seeds, finding a particularly good start. I don't remember if I said this at the beginning, but this particular run, starting with Perkeo and then restarting until we get Blueprint in the first shop, that took me 250 seconds. It's that quick. If you can find a new different Perkeo once every time. But I mean, kind of the interesting question or, excitement potentially is, can you use Familiar to get naneinf at all? And can you do it on the Ghost deck, which has some complications, maybe potentially more difficult than the Plasma deck. We said, okay, on the Plasma deck, you don't need as many. You need half as many on the Plasma deck, but you still have to get the Familiar card. You still have to get the Spectral cards. Potentially, you have to do Sixth Sense or Seance or whatever way to get the Spectral cards. On the Ghost deck, you could just find them. You could just find them in the shop. So we were able to find Familiar more easily. Because we were able to find Familiar more easily, at the end of Ante 8, instead of having 1 Cryptid, we have 57 Familiars. And even though long term it's going to take us twice as many, maybe we can make twice as many. I don't think you can actually make twice as many, but maybe it's possible. Anyway, voucher wise, we ended up with blank voucher looking for antimatter in the future. Overstock is great, but this is the real linchpin here. If we get the what is it? Get the antimatter, that gives us an extra copy of Perkeo via blueprints or potentially brainstorm in the future. The deck came out okay. Maybe we turn the rest of these into diamonds. Maybe we still have long term. We have to figure out a long-term scoring plan. Maybe we switch to an idle plan. Maybe we are forced to start using some glass cards. Maybe we find the Baron, which we haven't yet, despite all the money that we have. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. Take care, everyone.